Welcome to the SUNMODA Spring 2019 presentation. To start you off, we're showing you our 4 new colors for the palette. Our first one on the left is Sunday. It's like a nice cherry, like bright red. It's a little more wearable than your normal reds. So if you have customers that are a little afraid of like strong colors, they shouldn't be too afraid of this one. Next we have a color Nectar. It's like a really pretty peachy pink. Next we have Surf. The inspiration for this was maybe more along the lines of like a nice vintage denim blue. Replaces our old Scuba, which I think was a little too dark and harsh for some customers, so I think they'll find this to be a much more wearable blue. And then we have Laurel, which is a really cool, like a neutral green olive. It was in the same vein as last season's Jungle, but again, a much more wearable version of that. And overall, you'll find that we only have 15 colors this season, which is just making the line a little tighter, a little easier for buyers and for you guys as well. In the slub jersey, we have 3 new bodies. You will see the first one on the left is our square neck side slit top. It's like a bit of a crop. It has like these nice little side slits, really nice like square neckline that you'll see a lot in the market, and then it's in their new surf color. So we think buyers will really like that. It's a little different from our other tops. Next we have a V-neck bell sleeve top. This one's really pretty. It's got this nice little bell sleeve, and then we added this trim, this crochet trim that we used on a couple bodies last season. A lot of people really liked. It just gives it a really like nice added little bit of flair, and drapes really nicely on the body. And then next up we have a drop sleeve flutter hem top. This one has a really pretty drop sleeve that's like a lot of customers really like, and then the flutter hem, which is a little shorter at the front and then longer at the back. It just sits really nicely on the body, like just a little like slightly oversized, but just not in a way that is too big. It just very slimming and very pretty. In the cotton modal, we only have 1 new body, and it is a ruffled trumpet sleeve top, and that one it's a little different from our other flare sleeve. This one is more of a trumpet, and it's got 2 layers, which gives it some nice volume on the arm, which there are a lot of trends in the market. You'll see just a lot of fun things happening with sleeves in the last couple of years, so this is just something new and different. And then it has a keyhole top, which a lot of our customers love, new necklines, and it's a little slightly longer length, and in our favorite, in the cotton modal, very nice, very drapey, very pretty. Here we have our new bodies in the double gauze. This is a group we really did make an effort to expand this year. It was a new fabric last year, and it did really well for us. There was a lot of really good feedback, so we decided to put a lot of energy into this particular group. At the front we have the split tail tank. So this one's just like a really fun tank. It's got some really good seams, and in the back it's got a little bit of a split tail, and then the middle seam down the back. Just fits really well, fits really nicely. The fabric is just like so great, and I think customers will really continue to enjoy this. And then next we have this crossover drape top. This is a 3/4 sleeve. The drape top, the drape at the front is sewn down, so like they won't have any accidents or anything like that. As you can see, it's like a little longer in the back, so it gives them kind of like a nice little bit of a tunic length. Next we have the V-hem bell sleeve tunic. This one's really fun. It's got the seam at the elbow, and then the V front and the V back as well. Just another more fun with sleeves. Customers really they really responded well to that. It's just a good way to give some added interest to these garments. And then the V is also just like a new shape that people really liked. And next we have a cover-up. This is actually a cover-up, but on, on shorter customers, this could also definitely work as a dress. It's just like a short little dress. It's got these little short cap sleeves, and then the V notch at the front, and then slightly back and curved hem that's a little longer than the front. These are 2 new bodies in the modal French Cherry. This was another fabric that was, it wasn't new, it was updated last year, and a lot of people really, really loved the hand feel on this. So we decided to continue along with it. Our first one is the double V-neck pullover. This one's really fun. It's just got like the V in the front and in the back. It's just a really, really flattering neckline, so your customers will definitely love this, hopefully. It's got a nice rib at the cuff as well, and the side slits. And then I like the high-low hem. It's not too severe, but it's just like a little bit of a fun body shape. And then we also decided to add just this like really cool, really simple full zip jacket. It's got these kangaroo pockets in the front. It should be like really versatile and just like a really nice like basic simple addition to the group that I think was kind of lacking in previous seasons, as I think some of our bodies maybe were just a little too complicated. So this should be just something that you can really throw with anything. Here we have the new bodies in the stretch knit denim and in the gauze. So first we have, this is more of a Jamaica short length. It's shorter than our other shorts, but our shorts, this is just an enduring fabric. Our customers really like it, and they've been buying up all of the bodies. And so this is just like a slightly shorter short length that I've been seeing in the market a lot lately. And hopefully, I think they'll continue to really enjoy this one too. Just a quick note about this fabric. If your customers haven't tried this fabric, this is the one fabric group that we are guaranteeing the sale on, which means that if you can tell your customers to try it, and if they, for whatever reason, they don't sell it, we will take it back from them. That's how much we have faith in this particular fabric. So feel free to offer that as so it's a very low risk item for them to try out. Next we have the gauze. This is our traditional gauze that we've had in the line for a couple seasons. People still really love this. It's really drapey, and the hand feel on it is really nice, and it's obviously thinner than our other double gauze. This is a ruffle shoulder short sleeve top. This one's really fun because you can play with the neckline. It has this elastic, so if a customer wants to put it lower on the shoulder, they are very free to do that, or if they want to cover up a little more, they can have it more of a, not quite a boat neck, but just like a little over the shoulder as well. And next we have a cap sleeve notch cover up. This one I really, really love. Like, there's just so many little details that are so pretty about this. The V is a little lower. It has this like the seam is a little bit thicker, so it just looks a little bit more modern. And then the high-low on the hem is also just like a really fun and like just really modern hemline that I think the customers will really like. And then on the back it has this like really pretty seam that just gives it like a really added dimension and some nice draping. This is our first print. This is our print called Ipanema. As you can see, it's like a really pretty negative space, positive space, abstract starfish print. Customers they all love starfish prints, and they tend to do really well for us. This one's done in a really pretty, our taupe color ink, which a lot of people really liked. These are our tops. We have the V-neck side slit tee. We have the half sleeve asymmetric tunic, the 3/4 sleeve asymmetric top, and then we have the split neck tunic over at the side. As you can see, it's over dyed in a number of colors, and you can see that the taupe just like definitely holds through the ink, and it's still really, really clear. So we did that on purpose. We like, the taupe just matches back to anything, and you'll see as we show you how we can pair it to a number of bottoms in a number of colors. So here's kind of like a good example of how you can pair back this particular print with, like, honestly a large assortment of colors. As you see, we have the navy and then these Perry bottoms. The jungle matches back because, as we said before, like, these are neutrals that are meant to be paired back together with. So don't be afraid to show them more than just like a white or a black bottom or even just a navy bottom. Like, you can do the fawn, you can do the jungle, you can do Perry. This is the taupe pant. Like, they all go back, they all work back together. And and in a number of the over dye colors. So look, that's the jungle and that's the fawn top with the taupe ink, and they all still work back really nicely. Here are the rest of the bodies in Ipanema. On the one on the left, that is actually a cover-up, and that was actually a cover-up we had last season, but that was only offered in the solid, and it did so well for us, we decided to start offering it in the print, just because customers really loved it, and we think that it will do well for us in the print as well. Same goes for the A-line dress with pockets here. That one was also just a solid offering last season that did really well. So we decided to put it in the print because it just seemed like a no-brainer for us. And then the rest of the bodies you will be familiar with as well as popular carryovers. Our next print is Seascapes. This is sort of like a cool abstract, I guess it's a fish print, but as you know, we like to hide our fish prints, and the customers really seem to like it. This was more of a neutral print, as you can see. It's in a white ink, and then the gain, so it gives it like just gives it really nice dimension, and it makes it more of a tonal print that just works on along all colorways. First, we have the square neck, which was a new body and that we offered in the solid, so we're putting it in the print as well. And that's in the Sunday ink print, the Sunday color, which is also new this season. That you'll recognize as well from our solids is the ruffled shoulder short sleeve top. So we're offering that in the print as well. You can pair Seascapes back to a large number of colors and bottoms. We have our new surf color, which is still kind of along the lines of like a denim blue. So it still matches back, even though this is a tonal white ink. Same with our new color Laurel, and then our other more traditional neutrals like black and navy and taupe. And obviously white works back really nicely as well. Here are the remaining bodies, our dresses in the Seascape print. You'll see all of our carryovers that you're familiar with, and we do have a new dress in this. It's a surplus dress with pockets. As you know, customers really do love a dress with pockets, and that is a functional drawstring, just to kind of have them give it a little shape. And as you see, as it goes around all the way around. Next, we have our print Tropicalia. Like, this is a really cool, just fun palm print that we decided to introduce this year. Like, just a little bit more modern. Up first, you'll see that we have two of our bodies in the two new colors, Nectar and Surf, so you can see how that overdyes and how cool that looks in the tunic as well. And then now we have, this is a new body, and it's a ruffle shoulder top. It's a little different than the one that you'll see in the solid. This is in the cotton modal, so it's just a little bit more, a little bit fun and a little bit more flirty than the other one. And it drips really well, and you can see in the white, like, this is also kind of a neutral color ink print as well that has sort of the illusion of being colorful but not being too out there. And then you'll recognize a couple of our other bodies as well from last season in this print as well. A couple colored bottoms that you can pair this print back to because it is a neutral print. And even in whatever color you over dye it in, they still pair back to a large number of our neutrals. Again, I do consider Laurel and Fawn to be in the vein of a neutral bottom. So as you can see, we have the navy as well, the white, which are also no-brainers, the black. I know a lot of you love the black as well. This is our new print called Palmetto. It is a really fun, graphic, colorful palm print as opposed to our last one, which was a bit more neutral. As you can see, it still works over an array of over-dye colors. These are all carryovers that you will be familiar with that sold through really well for us, and our customers really responded well to. And as you can see, we over-dyed this in the Nectar again as well, which is, I think it's just such a really pretty peachy, almost neutral, but not quite. And it, even in that color, it over-dyed really well. And then that surf over there looks a bit more neutral in this color because it is like a more of a blue toned ink, but still really cool and still really graphic, and our customers should definitely still really enjoy that. Here are a few bottom options for you to pair back to this print. Again, some of our favorite neutrals, and then the surf and the Laurel. This print does have Perry in it, so you could pair it back to a Perry bottom, which still looks really cool and not too much, not too bright or too wild for our customers. Here we have the dresses in Palmetto, a couple of carryovers, and then the middle dress is a new dress, and that is only offered in our print. That is a V-neck tiered dress. It has the two ruffles at the bottom and the nice V-neck at the top, and here you can see the back, just like a really nice subtle ruffle, not too much, just enough to drape really nicely on the body. Here's another new print. This one's called Fresca. It's just a really cool graphic, abstract shell print. It was just like really inspired by really fun vintage prints that I think are just like really saleable and in the market now. This sort of really fun graphic look. We do have two new bodies here. The one that you'll recognize from our solids is the V-neck bell sleeve top with the lace insert there. As you can see, it overdyes really nicely and consistently with that one in the navy. And then we have, this one is only offered in the print. This is our bell sleeve Henley. It's like a more of an elbow length, just a small full letter sleeve, nothing too wild. And then this the Henley neckline with a button placket. And that one's overdyed in our Laurel print. Here you have a couple of bottoms here that you can pair this print back to. You'll notice though, however, like in the darker colors, this print does tend to look a little bit more neutral, which I think gives you a little bit more playing room to throw back to colors like the black and the Perry here. And then on the other end, it looks a little bit more colorful in our lighter colors, but you can still pair it back to navy and fawn and white and all of our other favorites. Here are our dress options in this print. We do have one new dress. It's the flutter sleeve, this little flounce dress. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a asymmetric flounce at the bottom. This is just a really, really pretty silhouette that we've seen in the market. It's like a little more feminine, and I think our customers really, really like this. You can dress that up or down. And also do want to point out again, this is just a really good example of how different this print looks in different colors. It's really, really bright in our lighter colors, and then it tends to look more neutral in the dark colors. So it also, that can be kind of fun. If a customer doesn't necessarily want too much color, they can buy it in our darker overdyes. Our last print, we have Moon River. This is more of probably our most boutique print that we're offering this season. It's in the black ink, which is, is always a really easy sell for customers who are maybe not so adventurous to try our more colorful prints. These are our tops here. You'll recognize them as carryovers with the exception of the V-notch tank here. This one's only offered in the print. It's just like a really fun, you'll recognize the hemline, but it's just like a nice sleeveless and this like really flattering, just like open, slightly open V-notch at the top. And that's what it looks like in the back. Here's some of the bottoms that you can pair with this. Even though this is our most neutral print, as you can see, you can still pair it back to colors that are not in the print, like laurel and fawn. And I also want to reiterate, you can also pair like a lot of the fabrics back to other fabrics. Like at the very left, you'll see that's our slub jersey top, but you can put that with the double gauze pant. Obviously, you can pair any of these with the stretch knit. Our fabrics are also meant to be paired back to each other. So, you really have so many options to offer your customers. Here, we just wanted to show you in isolation our printed button cuff cardigan. You'll recognize this from our solids, but this is the first time we're offering it in print because customers really, really loved it. There's the button sleeve, nice little detail. And then you can see it here with the modal, and then here you can also pair back to our solid cowl neck modal top, which I know you're familiar with. Creates like a nice little outfit there. Doesn't have to be the modal bottom again. You can pair it with the denim bottom. You can pair it with the legging. Yeah, but just to show you what your possibilities are here. Here are the dresses for Moon River. I want to point out these are all new body styles. All of these are new dresses. We think there would be a great addition to the collection and this print in particular. I want to point out first we have the asymmetric hem tank. It's got like an uneven hem if you want to look at that notably. It is not an exposed hem, so it's not too open for our customer. Just like a nice little boat neck there and a sleeveless feature. And then we have the ruffle sleeve side slit dress. It's got that fun little double ruffle on the sleeve. Really great length. This is over dyed in our shimmer. And then the side slits there, which our customers really like. And then we have the white placket tank dress. You'll notice the solid edges here that dye back to the dye color. And then the fun little white placket.